Hey, good morning, guys. You may remember about a year ago when a CPD officer tased a special needs student inside this West Side school. Incidents like that really raising concern among parents, students, activists, and educators about the presence of CPD police officers inside CPS schools. And now, because of a new deal, CPD officers cannot get involved in CPS disciplinary matters. It's all part of this new deal that has a lot of changes laid out. It's a $33 million agreement between CPS and CPD about school resource officers, and it's a move to address concerns about pushing kids into the criminal justice system, otherwise known as the school to prison pipeline. Now, the contract offers long overdue guidelines on how the program is going to work. It bans police from involvement in school disciplinary actions. Officers must tell a CPD supervisor if school staff improperly ask them to get involved, and officers will still carry weapons and patrol the schools, and they can still make an arrest if they determine a crime is committed. But CPD is required to give CPS a monthly report about any arrests that they make. More than 70 schools right now have officers, and the decision on whether to actually have them in the school will be up to school principals and their local school councils. Now, some other changes that are being made as well include changes to how CPD officers are actually hired, and also how CPD officers are actually trained. We're going to have more details on that later on in the show, but the contract what they currently have ends on August 31st. There's going to be lots of debate over that in the coming months and in the coming year before that contract expires. We'll talk more about that in the next hour. For now, I'm live from Garfield Park. Brandon Pope, The Jam.
Yeah, thanks so much, Brandon. Boy, I mean, that must be such a fine line, like a nebulous situation. It's got to be hard for both educators and police officers to determine the situations in which they're needed or not needed, because, yeah, it looks great on paper, like having those rules laid out.
In practice, and something going on?
In those moments, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's so frustrating also as a parent. You know, you want your children to be safe. I am a product of Chicago Public Schools. We had officers in our schools, so I thought that it was a good thing, but it's like those rare occasions, the few incidents that just go too far, or things get out of hand, or they're handled inappropriately, that end up messing it up and make you kind of question the whole practice altogether.
There was a student that once threw my mom up against the lockers when she was a teacher. Yes,
wow.
And I think it was a police officer that was able to help her out. I'll have to get the exact details, but I guess what I'm saying is that that's the thing. Is that educational discipline, or is that a crime in progress?
Right.
So there's a lot of things happening.
Well, I think the teachers would definitely be able to speak up and say,
for sure.
the latter.
Please help. Yeah.